Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Halam La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, Yahweh being the true and powerful mighty name of who you people ignorantly call God, Jehovah, and Nahaya. Yahweh Shai is the true and powerful mighty name of his only begotten Son, who you people in the world ignorantly call Jesus, Yeshua, or Yeshua. I want to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessing, safety, and salutation unto the hopeful elect, to you believers and listeners out there that came back unto the obedience of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and much love and respect unto you brothers pushing this gospel in sincerity and truth. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. Got this news article from the RT.com. It was posted on the 28th of March, and it's titled, Difficult to Watch. Body cam video of U.S. police officers mocking and degrading 5-year-old spurs anger and demands for action. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it. Newly released nightmare body camera footage that shows 2 Maryland police officers handcuff a 5-year-old boy, call him a little beast, and repeatedly threaten to beat him has prompted outrage and calls for their dismissals. And you can clearly see from this picture that the little boy is a so-called black boy due to, I want to say this is his, one of them women on this picture is his mother. All right. And y'all willing, I'll remember to put this link in the description box because they have the video of the body cam footage so you can see for yourself. And precept Deuteronomy 28 verse 37, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether Yahweh shall send thee. So, they sitting there calling the boy a little beast, that's a byword, even though they call us African Americans, niggas, spics, Mexicans, all these derogatory titles, they call us everything but who we really are, which is the children of Israel, Yasharala, which is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And back to the article. The 50-minute video of the January 2020 incident released on Friday by the Montgomery County Police Department in Maryland shows officers aggressively hovering over and berating the unidentified child for reportedly leaving school without permission. And, that just shows what we read in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, in the 50th verse. The child becomes inconsolable as the 2 officers repeatedly tell him he was bad and wondering whether his mother would let them spank him. They later tell his mother that they wish she would beat them. And see, now look at that. Now, if she was to turn around and, beat that little boy or give him a whooping for what he did, they'll call CPS and try to take that child away from him, Another precept. Deuteronomy 28:41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. And that's the modern day the school system. And that's also, what they call the CPS, Child Protective Services. That is, how our children go into captivity. Because here it is, they're gone for 8 hours a day learning somebody else's doctrine. They're not learning nothing about their culture, nothing about who they are. They're learning about somebody else's culture, somebody else's history, but they're not teaching us our history. And if they do teach us our history, it's hella watered down. All right, back to the article. While waiting for the child's mother, after taking him back to school in the back of their patrol car, One officer moves inches from his face and screams at him, saying, "Oh my God, I'd beat him so bad. You do not embarrass me like this at school." Later, the officer puts his handcuffs around the child's wrists, telling him they were for people that don't want to listen and don't know how to act. And see, they always try to, make it seem like Jake is just some type of savage out here or whatever. That we don't know how to act, we don't know how to conduct ourselves or whatever. But y'all the ones that learn manners and how to conduct yourself from us. Truth be told. But they quit telling they quit telling their children that. Somewhere down the line they just oh, we better than them. But y'all the motherfuckers that came out of caves and shit. Anyways, back to the article. Shanta Grant, the boy's mother, filed a lawsuit earlier this year against the county, its public school system, and the police department. In a statement, lawyers representing the family said the child was treated as if he were a hardened criminal and that Grant was seeking justice and fair compensation for the trauma he endured. And I remember it was this, back when I was in the world on Facebook and Instagram and all that shit, I remember seeing a photo. It was a picture of the Incredible Hulk. It was the gray one. And it said, this is how, I want to say a 14-year-old black boy looks to police officers. And, that's why they quick to gun us down and, use that excessive force against us because they're ultimately scared of us. Back to the article. Describing the video as extremely difficult to watch, the school system said in a statement that there was no excuse for adults to ever speak to or threaten a child in this way. A police department statement confirmed that both officers whose identities have not been made public remain employed after an internal investigation was conducted. Under Maryland law, those findings are confidential. You know what? Let's get a verse on that. I was going to say this for the last, but hey, man, the Spirit wants me to bring this out, man. Isaiah 10:1. Woe to them that decree unrighteous degrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that the widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. And that is us. We're the fatherless. We're the poor, man. Yeah, Esau stated writing these unrighteous decrees to keep us down, man. That's why we need to get delivered out of this captivity, man. There's no being equal with these people, man. Not at all. There's no being equal with these people, man. Because they're the wicked. Verse 3, and what shall ye do in the day of your visitation and in the desolation which shall come from far? To whom will ye flee for help? Or where will ye leave your glory? Where you gonna go, Esau? You ain't got nowhere to run. There's no running from Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right? Let me see if there's any more left to read in this article. County Counsel Will Jawando said the video made him sick. I watched in horror as what can only be described as a nightmare unfolded for nearly an hour. Jawando said in a tweeted statement, we saw a little boy be mocked, degraded, put in the seat of a police car, screamed at from the top of an adult police officer's lungs, inches from his face. This is violence, Jawando said. Nearly 500 people have signed an open letter calling for these officers to be fired and for the educational board to conduct a review of procedures for when police interact with students in school. Them officers not going to be fired, man. They on the paid vacation right now. They're going to get a paid vacation, if anything. The incident made national news, but over a year, it has not been fully addressed. This delay in accountability is unjustifiable and unacceptable, community organizers note in the letter. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go back to the scriptures, man. I'm gonna leave the link in the description box. Job. Matter of fact, before I go to Job, let's go to Deuteronomy. Go back to Deuteronomy 28 chapter, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he had destroyed thee. And we're destroyed right now, but they still have that yoke on us, man. Verse 49. Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. And whose nation is the eagle as they bird on the back of their coins or on their flags and whatever. Esau, Edom, man, whether it's over here in the United States, over there in Europe or wherever, Esau loves that eagle. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. And that boy is clearly 5 years old, barely, being able to, understand things and whatever. And they treating him like he a grown man that did some time and whatever, and this is his third strike. But that's what can you expect from the wicked, man. This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and it's not talking about Satan, the spiritual demon Satan. He has a physical counterpart here on the earth, which is Esau Edom. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Esau Edom. He's the one that whitewashed all the images of the prophets, our Messiah, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, Yahweh, the angels, with all that iconoclasm, man. You can go and look it up. Look up the Russian icons, and they'll show you clearly that the people of the scriptures are they have brown colored skin with woolly hair. Okay? And to back up that Esau is the wicked, let's go to Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said Yahweh, Lord of hosts. And this is talking about the Renaissance period when they came and built up and, did all that whitewashing. They shall build, but I will throw down. Yahweh's going to destroy everything that these devils done built up. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh had indignation forever. So Esau is the border of wickedness, man. He is wickedness. He is the wicked. Okay? So from there, let's go to Isaiah 47 and verse 6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thy hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. So Esau, Edom showed both northern and southern tribes no mercy. But they showed us no mercy at all. Here it is, 2021. We're supposed to be out of slavery, which we're still slaves. That it's just the plantation is the whole country pretty much. And they still treating us like we wild fucking animals, man. Like, Jake, when are you going to wake up and see that these people are not your friends? These are your enemies, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai told us that we were going to have to serve our enemies, not serve our friends, man. These people are our enemies. They don't give two shits about you, your family, your grandma, your grandmother, your children. If it was up to the hands of Esau Edom, they would have killed all of us off. They don't like us. They just somewhat tolerate us. But y'all can't see that. Because y'all too blind. Y'all too blind and so caught up in this fucking world to see that shit, man. The Wadi Habashim Hawashai for showing me who my enemies are, man. Amos, chapter 1, verse 9. Thus said Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Tyrus, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because thou deliver up the whole captivity to Edom, and remember not the brotherly covenant. But I will send a fire on the walls of Tyrus, which shall devour the places thereof. Thus said Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword. And what's the modern day sword, man? A gun. Everything that's happening on the world, you can find in the scriptures, man. Esau still to this day is pursuing us with the sword, man. It did cast off all pity, showing that they don't give a fuck about us. They don't feel sorry, none of that. And his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. So, Esau, Edom, put off their brotherly covenant and pursued his brother with the sword and cast off all pity, man. So you still want to call these people your friends or whatever. Y'all are the ones that's going to fall for that unity shit that they're trying to push, man. We're not equal, man. And you know what? I'm going to close it off with this, man. Because this is just to show, one of the verses to show that we are not equal with these people. All people are not equal. Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art a holy people unto Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the earth, upon the face of the earth. Slakia. So we are above all these people, even though we're under the curses right now. And he said that, we're going to be brought down low. They're going to be the head. We're going to be the tail. But that's just punishment because we didn't follow the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. But the curses are starting to be put upon our enemies, man. They're starting to transfer. That's because we're about to be a sovereign, ruling nation. We're about to be the ones in power. And they're about to come down. We're about to be the head. They're going to be the tail. Esau's the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it. There of the one to come, man. So repent, turn back unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. That's the only way we're gonna get saved and get up out of here, man. We gotta endure to the end because we're not saved. We gotta, make our calling of election sure and try to do right, so we'll be found acceptable and worthy of salvation in the eyes of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So with that, I pray and hope that this lesson was edifying. We give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings unto the hopeful elect, to you believers and listeners out there. Much love and respect unto these brothers, pushing this gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom, Kwam Yasharala, and Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha, Abba Babal. Shalom.